We're going to be talking about one masterpiece of a show. Is Code Geass great? In short, no.
Okay, then. Pretty much in the first episode, we see the main setting. There's Japan, it's taken over by America. And then we have the protagonist, this Lelouch. He is playing chess with another local aristocrat, and he starts midway through the match when the other guy is losing. And he manages to turn things around and win the match. So that is supposed to make us believe that, oh, this guy is so smart, he can take a losing battle and win. But that's the thing when it comes to chess and Code Geass. We never see how exactly he does that. Yeah. What the fuck? How do you do that, man? No clue. It's a trick this show does a lot. It doesn't tell you anything, it doesn't foreshadow it, it just implies, and then he did it and won. He's so smart, isn't it? C2 managed to transfer the power to Lelouch by kissing him. She's dressed in these fetish clothes and she just kisses him and gives him a magic power. And
a wet dream come true.
Of course, as soon as he takes the superpower, he immediately knows what's supposed to do with it. Go kill yourself or something. Well, we are so lucky he didn't tell them to go fuck themselves at this point, because that would be very unconventional for this sort of show.
Well, or even this, what if he didn't even recognize Suzaku, who just blindly attacked him, who Lelouch was just able to avoid getting knocked out? A plot hole, because, Lelouch doesn't have any formal training. The most common comparison I've seen is that this is a combination of Gundam Seed with Death Note. Two main characters meeting each other at the start of a war, and they're like, oh my god, it's my best friend as the bad guy. Oh my god, we're just gonna be duking it out with robots. And you're gonna have a magic power to give you an edge, right? Yep, just like Gundam Seed. The coordinators! I'm gonna coordinate you with my Geass.
Second episode, he
uses his Geass to escape and brainwashes his own brother to tell him information about who killed his mother. Then he kills him, so this is supposed to mean he's willing to go that far and kill people to get his revenge.
Third episode, we go back to school because we have to have a school. Yeah, okay, of course, shonens without schools, what the fuck is that? And pretty much it's the episode where Lelouch is trying to figure out how his Geass works, and he finds out he can only use it once per person, and there's supposed to be some sort of a limitation, actually, like, oh yeah, he can do anything he wants, but he can only do it once. Well, thank goodness he never thought about asking them to become his slaves right away. Yeah, let's keep that for the second season. For a guy who claims to be so smart, he's sure anything about that anytime sooner. Also, we have the introduction of Kallen, and we even have that little mind trick in the end where she's trying to figure out, oh, maybe you're that guy who wants to go against the Empire, and Lelouch does this little thing where he has a pre-recorded message. He commanded the maid in the house to press a little button every time she hears Kallen talk and some shit like that, and it completely worked. Okay, it was a complete stretch. Plus, the whole thing happened while she was naked in the bath.
The phone call thing was stupid, especially when his voice sounds exactly the same. Why does it still sound exactly like you? That never gets brought up. Even after, when he's in his mask talking, even if it changes his voice a little, he sounds the same.
Come on, he's not trying to pull a Christian Bale Dark Knight. Why you try to kill my...
Right, exactly. It's completely obvious.
Fourth episode, Lelouch creates the persona of Zero and wears this mask, and all of a sudden the whole thing turned into V for Vendetta. Oh no shit, another thing they stole from elsewhere.
They might have called him Zorro.
Episode 5, C2 comes back. Oh look, I'm alive and I'm immortal. Oh shit, really. And she's trying to not tell anything to Lelouch while undressing and sitting on his bed. It's like, come and have sex with me right now. And order some Pizza Hut so I can eat. I mean, Pizza Hut. How much more obvious product placement could they do?
Her character is useless enough, but now they have to use her as the main form specifically of the advertisement of the Pizza Hut.
She could have been the one that created Pizza Hut in this alternate history. She could have had it being like her secret get-around place, or like her connections for getting around or gathering information. She could have done a lot, but no, we don't get that. And she just doesn't really make any sense with her being so slutty on the bed. And the introduction of Yuffie, who automatically is smitten with Suzaku. They already start to get buddy-buddy.
Euphemia falls down out of the balcony into his arms. How much more cliche can you get?
Oh yeah, that was that episode.
With the romance.
Okay, episode 6. A cat steals Lelouch's mask, and the whole school is trying to find the cat.
Just a piss-away episode. You could totally skip this if you want to.
This is also the part where we have a transfer student, and Suzuko is the one. Another cliche that has to happen with any anime that has skulls in it. Really, we cannot do without it. Okay, episode 7.
Oh, this is the part where C2 actively helps Lelouch, because he tries to do the same goddamn tactic again by trying to pretend to be one of the enemy soldiers, and Cornelia's like, I'm not stupid, I'm not inbred like Clovis, I'm not gonna fall for the trick that obviously worked with him before. And then C2 shows up in Zero's clothes, and Cornelia doesn't have the foresight to say, hey, that could have been someone else dressed up as him.
Disregard how Zero all of a sudden is one head shorter and has boobs. It's probably him, capture him!
Gotta show how bullshit these characters can behave. If you notice, all these characters are really in their late teens or early 20s, so that would excuse every bullshit response that they make.
Episode 8.
This is when they take the hotel hostage. Lelouch wants to take advantage of this situation for himself to create his own organization.
And I love how all his initial team, all the girls were already wearing miniskirts, because that's how you announce them to the world, because girls must be miniskirts and bullshit.
We have our first introduction of that one insane Carrie-like girl. This is where she shows her first fascination with Yuffie. It's just more of like a sexual obsession with her, really. They don't really imply any other reason why she likes Yuffie other than the fact that Yuffie stood up to the terrorists.
Episode 9 was actually interesting. Many of the population are taking this drug, and one of them is actually Colin's mother being an addict. Building up some drama, which of course wasn't very nicely exploited. It's a one-shot thing, and they didn't really do much with it later on.
So this is basically filler. I mean, you could say that this is good character backdrop for Colin, but they never go back to it, really.
Episode 10. As much as I liked the fact that there are field tactics in the first season, 90% of the time all the plans included blow that shit up and everything's fixed.
The Imperials never do that.
The bad guys have to worry about real estate.
Her position and how she operates, the mecha changes dramatically from a stand-up point of view to straight doggy style for fan service. And for the rest of the anime, whenever she's fighting, there's always these nice camera shots from her back. Plot, a lot of plot, basically.
There's just nothing in this.
Episode 14. Shirley finds out who Zero really is.
She really shouldn't be where there's terrorists supposed to be there. This average schoolgirl just wandering in these places where she could just be killed. Yeah, makes sense.
But Lelouch
Resorts to the fix-everything power he has. Forget everything, Shirley. Now everything's back to normal.
Great anime so far.
Episode 15. There's this other Imperial soldier called Villetta, and she has selective amnesia.
And in the same episode, Lelouch is making himself forget something so he can trick Mao, another guy who can read minds. So technically we have 3 amnesias going at the same time.
Mao is probably the worst part of the entire show because this could have been an opportunity to explore so much into C2 and Geass using past, but no.
Episode 16. Mao survives and returns for revenge because Lelouch ordered some soldiers to shoot him but not to kill him.
Shot me. Yeah, and I survived.
It's just ridiculous of how Mao just comes back to life by using the modern day medicine. Later in the series, when modern day medicine is actually in great use of trying to save somebody, it's not there for a wound that's completely non-lethal, as opposed to Mao, who was completely lit up by officers. It's an inconsistency with, like, the medical,
Come on,
treatment.
he can move around so easily. He was Swiss cheesed.
Yeah, exactly.
And they didn't even wait a dozen episodes for him to return. I mean, when he found the time to recover from all that shit. This is something you keep for a later plot twist. You don't just throw it in the very next episode. Brilliant writing.
And then that's it. They just take care of Mao. He's never going to be referred to again in this show. Essentially 3 episodes of filler.
Episode 18.
At the very end, he creates a trap in this crater, and then Suzaku realizes it's a trap, and then he flies in anyways. Well, I did not expect that. Now, that's a plot twist, if you ask me, because usually when people realize something is a trap, they don't go into the trap. And then, just to add on to top of that, Callan then goes in afterwards, knowing that she's going to get disabled once she comes into the pit. It's just a complete collapse of common sense. And
It's the shonen mentality. This is the episode where Schneisel appears, who is, as addressed by Lelouch, the only person able to beat him at chess. So we're really supposed to be at the edge of our seat because of that one fact.
Episode 19. Lots of revelations happen here. You're this guy? Oh, and you're that guy. And you're this guy. And there's that guy. And oh my god, so many revelations. And they're supposed to have these ruins of the ancient civilization of those Geass users, which we will never really explore.
This is the episode where we have the Geass being used in a positive light. He tells Suzaku, you must live! And that gives Suzaku extra power.
Another very classic thing in any Gundam show. A new robot is introduced, and the protagonist manages to steal it and go away with it. This is what happens with Lelouch stealing the new prototype robot. Episode 21.
this is a filler episode revolved around making a giant pizza.
You know, everything that's learned on the battlefield is just reduced to high school bullshit when they get back home.
Episode 22, the biggest plot twist in the whole show. Lelouch accidentally guesses Yuffie to go kill all the 11s.
It's the total yandere episode. She goes straight psychotic, crazy, and this anime really does throw in pretty much every typical stereotype you could find in anime.
And it ends with pretty much Zero having to kill her. It's like, holy shit, it was one of the most, indeed, thrilling episodes.
This is when the medicine should have came into play. The high-tech medicine that can take someone from Swiss cheese into fully functioning human again, and she gets shot with this little dart gun.
I liked this episode when I first watched it, but looking back, I actually really hate it now, because him telling her to go kill every Japanese was done on an if. She totally didn't catch the entire sentence. It was an asshole. And then I love the fact that when Suzaku learns about Lelouch doing this to Yuffie, he still teams up with her in the second season.
Episode 23. Euphemia, before she dies, breaks the Geass with the power of love upon seeing Suzaku. As if everybody else who was killed by Geass so far didn't love anyone in order to break it.
I just thought it was stupid when V2 just randomly comes up, introduces himself, and then says, yeah, Euphemia was destroyed because Lelouch has a special power called Code Geass, which completely manipulates people into doing whatever he pleases. I'm like, oh yeah, that's completely convenient. He just gets told this from some secondary character that just gets randomly introduced to him.
They waited 20 episodes before actually bringing in the story somebody who knew about Geass all along, and they didn't tell anything about it to anyone so far in order to be prepared, and by being fucked around all these episodes. Yeah, okay. Brilliant writing.
I mean, they at least foreshadow a new character, but then again, all of this is just foreshadowing for just how batshit crazy R2 will be.
Episode 24. The rebels are using the school as their base. Yeah, it all comes back to the school, doesn't it? Of course. And Villetta, that amnesiac chick. Oh, now I remember everything. I will betray everyone and go back to my army because, yeah, it's so convenient when we are running out of episodes. Might as well throw it over here. Okay. 25. As soon as Lelouch finds out that his sister is taken by V2 back to the ruins, he pretty much abandons the rebels to go and save her, and this is why they're losing the battle here on. Using his sister as a hostage. Didn't that happen before with Mao? Come on, we're using the same plot twist again, but then he was sort of filler anyway, so yeah.
Like a good shonen, it's very good at recycling old plot points.
And then we have this big confrontation next to the ruins. It ends with a huge cliffhanger, the most, oh my god, cliffhanger of all times. 5 people were about to detonate big bombs that would blow up everything. It literally ends with everyone is about to detonate a huge bomb or shoot each other.
I honestly would have been fine with it, just an ending right here, with them shooting each other in this some crazy ambiguous ending, who lives, who dies. I mean, even with all this hype behind it, when you find out what proceeds next, it's just so disappointing.
It really wasn't worth it.
No, not at all. And C2 kisses Lelouch again. Really awkward, because where's their romance? How has it been developing? I don't see where it's developing. Who am I supposed to think he actually likes? So you're starting to get that little harem feel of, what if you hadn't had it already?
If you haven't had it already.
Yeah.
Second season begins. All the bombs conveniently get diffused in the most laziest way possible. What a dull resolution, really. And then we have this time skip where Lelouch acts like he doesn't know anything because he has amnesia. What a cop-out resolution.
Suppose they keep him around as lure to attract the rest of the rebels, but the security is awful.
And before you know it, he meets again the rebels and they give him the gears back so he can be back in action. The guy betrayed them, he abandons them and then just asks him to go back. That's completely stupid. Oh, and by the way, Kale now is dressed like a bunny.
Fun service right off the bat.
This is also where Suzaku says, hey, you shouldn't brainwash him. I want to kill him. You can kill him if he remembers who he is. It's like, okay, come on, Suzaku. Weren't you so pissed off that he killed Yuffie?
It's a repeat of both the first episodes.
He plays chess again.
He again commands them to kill themselves.
The only difference is that they know who he is.
Haha, and now we will reveal our evil plan to you. Why are you telling me all that stuff? You plan to shoot him?
Episode 4. Lelouch convinces Rollo to be his body instead of killing him. I don't know why he accepted that. He's supposed to be a heartless killer. He killed 20 of his own agents to keep this whole thing secret.
Right, because their job is to convince us that he is this brutal murderer that's, done all these atrocious things, and then immediately he switches sides.
Episode 8.
Not only repeats what Euphemia does with this area where the Japanese are equal with the Britannians, so it's another rehash.
So basically, episode 8 is truly the beginning of season 2. Hey, Zero's back. Now what? Let's wait about 6 more episodes and then we'll see what happens.
What happens in 8 again?
We have a V for Vendetta moment.
Yeah, everybody's dressed like Zero, so we cannot arrest them. Let them all go. But they're all rebels, whatever.
If that were the case, just kill them all.
They throw a smoke bomb, and a few seconds later, everybody's dressed like Zero. I mean, come on.
Yeah, right.
Instant Zero transformation, just add smoke.
Oh, you can also say that this was taken from Spartacus, but everybody says, no, I'm Spartacus, no, I'm Spartacus.
Yeah, but there, they killed everyone that said that.
That's why it's a better story.
Episode 9.
We have Orange Boy Cyborg being readied into attacking Lelouch. Yeah, he came back. Yeah, he survived. No foreshadowing. Who cares?
Cyborg, yeah, another miracle of modern science which didn't work with Euphemia.
And that's okay, because in like the next episode, he'll just totally be part of his team, because he had secret relations with Lelouch's mother that just totally came out of nowhere.
Episode 10.
Jin K brings up his sickness, which basically never gets hashed out completely again. It only gets used to say, oh, could he potentially die in this situation? The moment when his sickness overcomes him, there's no scene where, he gets his antidote or he gets it cured. It's just, it's just only used in these one scenes to add extra tension to the whole situation.
The worst part about the season is the Chinese aspect. All this part right here is just really bad filler. After this, they're never really acknowledged ever again.
For all I care, that Empress was just another addition to Lelouch's harem. That's all I remember about her. Really. And you remember there was a thing where she's literally saying, oh, it's okay for Lelouch to have more than one wife. Why not? I mean, if he's a good leader, he needs to have lots of children. It's like, she's in favor of a harem. Episode 12, we're introduced to the Knights of the Round. We're supposed to be these elite pilots. Despite all the hype, like they have the most super awesome robots and they can destroy armies all alone, most of them were just stupid teenagers doing nonsense. They weren't even good fighters. They introduced 2 of them and, of course, they become transfer students at the same school. Oh, come on. Also, Lelouch is dating half the girls at school.
And on top of that, they also have a cosplay party in that school, and everybody's dressed in this slutty way.
Half the episode was who's gonna steal Lelouch's hat so he can have sex with him, because Japan.
And I also love how they just got back with the war with China, and they go right to a school episode. It's like, what is this, high school romance of the Three Kingdoms?
This is actually another thing that happens even during the whole thing with China. They were going back and forth between China and the school in a heartbeat. It's like stuff were happening and they just teleport between Japan and China in seconds. And he's still pretending to be a normal student. How was he even attending all the classes?
The best part about this episode, though, the Geass Chancellor.
Oh, yeah.
It just doesn't get any more Gundam C than that, How can Shirley remember everything that happens? Oh, just have a Geass Chancellor.
Episode 13.
This is a big episode for Shirley. She has like a dream where she's seeing everyone's masks fall off. Basically, she's just realizing that everyone this whole time is, just been fake to her, and just ultimately she has no purpose in a war at all because she's just some high school girl that has a crush on, ironically, a mastermind. If it wasn't enough of a rehash from when Suzaku saved Lelouch from falling, they have to remind you. She has to say, "Oh, we did this before. We did this before." It's exactly what she says to them. Just if you didn't know enough already, then they get into like some normal conversation about like the past, completely ignoring that Shirley just freaked out and almost, killed herself. She has to hit Suzaku to remind him, hey, we have to talk about my problems right now. Come off with me. I just thought it was funny.
While Orange Goon is hunting Lelouch, he's confronting the maid, and the maid is a ninja. That literally came out of nowhere.
And if Orange Goon wanted to join him,
why was he then going around all this time trying to kill him and undoing the Geass?
I guess he forgot.
He forgot.
Anyways, the episode ends with Rollo killing Shirley, which I guess is one of the most dramatic scenes in the whole show.
Yeah, it's one of the better moments.
When he keeps commanding her to live and she keeps coming back to life, she keeps repeating what she said before. It's like a really powerful moment. Man, I wish there was just a little bit more character development for this whole scene so it could just really be more engaging to it.
And if Lelouch could take that experience with him. I mean, have this one harem girl influence him, and it won't.
Episode 14. What the fuck is going on?
Oh yeah, this is where shit hits the fan.
Yeah, man. We start with the rebels attacking the place where all the Geass users are trained. Oh, there was an army of Geass users all this time. You're just gonna jump in and kill them without even showing them?
You wouldn't want to get information from them or anything.
So after that, Lelouch is encountered by Charles, and they move to this separate dimension of the Geass, whatever the heck it was in the ruins. And I have no fucking clue what's going on here anymore.
Where did all of this come from? How is this connected to anything that's been going on so far?
Oh, that's right. C2 loses all of her memories.
We have, what, 5 amnesia so far?
Yes! It's insane!
Episode 16.
We have Psychotic Girl, the one who made the bomb at the first season. She finally has herself another major role, 16 episodes in. We're all wondering what happened to her. And she makes another bomb. Yay!
Damn it, Nina. Wasn't just raping one table enough? Now you have to kill more people? Episode 18.
A whole bomb blows up and destroys, I think, half the school and kills most of the students there. We don't see a single student dying or whatever.
We don't. I mean, literally, the bomb exploding, all that we're supposed to care about is what Lelouch cares about, which is Nunnally.
Everybody else just doesn't give a fuck about it.
It's like no families, no news reports, no pointing fingers. Remember in the first season when people would be like, oh my god, Zero is the bad guy. It would be so much more political. Here, it's just shit happens and it's a battle of who cares the most. It's quickly boiling down to very, very few.
Kallen is fighting another Knights of Round mid-air and she loses because his nightmare is more powerful than her nightmare frame because, only technology matters in the second season. So she's falling to her doom and mid-air she gets a new power-up, which immediately makes her 10 times more powerful despite being like half destroyed and then all the upgrades. She connects just fine on her new mecha. It's like it doesn't really matter if it's damaged or not. And she immediately goes back to the battle and defeats the other guys.
Even if a mecha gets upgraded, what about the fatigue? Or what about your own bodily damage? It's like, Jesus, what drugs does this girl take?
Episode 19.
So much bullshit happens. This is basically between Rollo and Lelouch. You killed all my family, Rollo. No, I didn't. I love you. We're brothers, remember? And then they're gonna assassinate Lelouch. And then Rollo takes him, and he's dying. Then Lelouch is like, you are my brother. And it's supposed to be Gar, but come on, Lelouch. You need to have yourself a common train of thought.
Episode 20. That pink-haired loli is apparently possessed by the ghost of Lelouch's mother. What? Why is she still alive? Why did V2 try to kill her? And why is she now evil when she was a good person in the first season?
It becomes hard to keep track of every character motivation leading up to this moment. It's literally like we're supposed to be really stupid people watching this show and we're just supposed to believe
any shit they tell us, yeah.
Episode 21.
He has his showdown with his father. They have a discussion. Lelouch talks about how everyone has to lie, everyone wears a mask. It gets into this very philosophical talk, like his dad opens up a book and then starts saying stuff about, oh, it doesn't have to be this way. He starts bringing up the collective unconscious and all this stuff. It's very convoluted. Something has, time would cease to exist as well in this new reality that he wants to create. And it has no relevance so far to the story at all.
Still doesn't explain why Charles did everything or why the mother was in all this. Hey, Emperor, you have no reason? It was just really boring. And then Lelouch is like, okay, I'm going to use this whole chamber to make you guys not exist anymore. Even you, my mama.
His mother was one of the main reasons why he hated his father.
Exactly. I just did not care about the show.
This episode, Sito gets her memories back, and you're just wondering, why did she lose them in the first place? What was the point?
But it was probably just for fan service, because all this time, all she was doing while being amnesiac was, yes, my master Lelouch, I will do anything you want. You want me to undress? You want me to have sex with you? Please, let me be your wife for number 15. Episode 22. Lelouch brainwashes all the nobles to accept him as an emperor. Well, why didn't you do that any time sooner? And then the Knights of Round protest to this and they attack, but they all get killed by Suzaku's new power-up. Yeah, so much strategy in this show, guys. Just get the new power-up and kill them all. One of them could read minds, they would normally win in this battle, but Suzaku was geared to say, I must leave, and that's why he won.
To win. Amazing tactics, guys.
I totally understand how this can make you win. Episode 23.
Schneisel is revealed to have another super hidden fortress, whatever, and just blows up the capital, kills everyone, and nobody gives a fuck. They just blow up the capital, nobody cares. And from here on, they just make bombs blow up mid-air, like they use 2 or 3 flares per episode. Nobody really cares a damn.
Oh, Nunnally's alive! Oh, what are you gonna do now, Lelouch? And then Nunnally's character is completely rewritten. I mean, first of all, Nunnally never really had a character.
She's just following the fetish of the little sick sister you want to protect. Okay.
But here she has the motivation to launch bombs herself and fight her brother, even though she has no idea what's going on. But then we have the assumption that Schneisel brainwashed her so easily, even though Nunnally's been with Lelouch this entire time. So, nothing makes sense.
If Lelouch did everything up to this point for a better world for his sister to live in, after he thought she was dead, why did he keep on going?
That's true! Oh my god, they never ever went over that, did they?
Yeah, he says, oh, I'm just gonna become emperor. God. Why? You have no motivation anymore.
That's like the biggest plot hole ever in this entire show. That's a good point.
Episode 24.
The only way to stop the explosions from destroying them was to make another explosion to basically cancel each other.
They're just throwing those giant bombs all over the place.
So they go inside the fortress and they fool Schneisel with a pre-recorded message again, which was impossible to be made on the run to be this long while he's still escaping and all that shit, so yeah, another plot hole. And then he goes and confronts his sister, which turns out she wasn't really blind. Her blindness was caused by Geass.
Geass everywhere. It's like Sharingan at this point. Everybody has one.
Which then she breaks with the power of love. How convenient.
Final episode, we have another time skip. Lelouch has somehow taken over the world and killed billions of people to become the dictator, and then plans his own assassination so he can die with all the evils of the world upon him. And I know many people love the ending, but really, if people really knew all the crimes he did, nobody would actually take him like a hero. I mean, everybody said, what a great hero Lelouch was and all that bullshit.
And yet he killed billions of people.
Take over
Naruto,
the
when
control of the
Itachi
world.
had that plan, and then people loved Itachi. It's the same shit.
It's the same shit.
And you can't even believe that he created a peaceful world after all, because what kind of peace did he create anyway? As soon as the next warlord appears, nobody's gonna be there to stop him. None of the people he left in authority were any smart, they were all idiots. Even if Suzuki was pretending to be him, he doesn't have Geass to make him surrender and all that shit. So yeah, he didn't achieve anything. The blood of billions was pointless.
And of course, then we have the last scene with C2 on that carriage. Yeah, Lelouch may not be dead on all that crap. No, he's dead.
He is dead, because come on, that was his body that perished, you know. But then again, they didn't show his body being taken away. He
Yeah.
could have had a squib.
Yeah, as they didn't show him killing billions of children and innocent people, so he's a hero.
He is a hero. He's a galactic hero.
Another thing, guys, another thing. None of the major characters died in the last episode. It's like everybody survived, so we can have another season where everybody's still alive. It's like nobody really died in this show.
Nothing really mattered in this show.
The main story was based heavily on Legend of the Galactic Heroes. They pretty much took all the good plot points and they fucked them all up with shonen bullshit. But you don't gonna see all that in Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Most people died in that show, you know. They didn't come back to life and they didn't use Geass' eyes to have everything done magically correctly, anything they liked. Even the ending makes sense.
So there was very, very, very few plot holes in Galactic Heroes. Here, they have double the size of the cast, half the episodes of that show. Not even enough of a setting to explore upon, because in Galactic Heroes, they explored a pretty good deal amount of planets and politics to make sure everything felt very organic. Here, just things happen. And there's only one hero in Code Geass. Everyone else just falls in line to his Geass. So basically the worst part about Code Geass is in fact the Geass.
The Geass is to block off all attempt to write. All
It's
attempt to
Legend-
have like a strategy behind it.
It's
just,
Legend
okay,
of Galactic
it's
Heroes with cheat mode enacted.
And robots on
Right.
wheels.
without Pizza Hut.
And now the final thoughts.
What saves the show is its very, very fast pacing. You're never really bored. It's like a future diary kind of enjoyment. It had a little bit of everything, so that way it was pure anime fan service. So first season is a 7 out of 10, and then the second season is an easy 5.5.
I give it a 6 all the way.
Without Pizza Hut.
Okay. My complaint is that thanks to the success of Code Geass, later on we got Guilty Crown, and now we get Valrave, and they are following the exact same pattern of complete randomness.
But Code Geass is still hailed as being the best of all that shit, so...
Yes, because
you know.
they offered one season of actually making sense, and then they blew it up in the second. Over here, it's immediately bullshit since episode 1, and everybody says, yes, it's exactly what we want. Yeah, most people still love the second season more than the first, because it had more randomness to it. So, I'm very disappointed with you, anime community. Bullshit.
At least we still got Valrave.
Oh, man.